Alright, so for some reason I decided to try my hand at building. This is just gonna basically be a simple apartment complex type build. There's only one actual unit in it because there's no apartment features in the game at this time. I don't know if there ever will be. Hopefully there will. Um, I don't I usually do apartment complexes or make my own or download them, just because I'm used to having the loading screens, and the loading screens are always a pain. And I would rather just have a bunch of different households in one complex so that way it is a loading screen, but like all I have to do is click the door. But in this game, that's not really the case because it's open world. If you can even say that, I don't know. That is basically what this entire build is. I did already do the whole layout, like the floor plan ahead of time, so I do know the exact lengths of everything. um, Basically I'm copying the same floor plan on every other unit aside from the one that's all the way on the third floor closer to the street is not going to be functional. Right here I was struggling with the stairs a lot. um, I don't know why it was clipping into the floor. You'll see that I try to like turn it, change it, and then even after I got it to stop clipping, I don't know. Listen, it was a task. I don't know if there's any way to just put the stairs and delete the floor. So in a moment, once I finally get the stairs to work properly, I then had to create like a room in front of the stairs so that way I can delete the floor and the stairs can just be the stairs. Um, Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably gonna go back and then change the stair type that I used. Um, but for the most part, it is working. And right there is the part that I was having an issue. When I tried to delete the floor where I'm building the wall, it deleted the entire floor for the entire staircase. So if your pair was to go up the stairs, there wouldn't be a floor. So after placing all these doors, I just decided to start coloring all the rooms black. Um, I did think of that like last minute, because I don't know, just for me personally, I feel like it would be a bit distracting seeing all of the other spaces with full on color. So making everything else black and then the actual functional apartment, or like the focus of the actual build, leaving that the only one in color, it just kind of makes, well, for me, it made it easier to focus on once I do go in. So for the color scheme on the outside, I did copy one of the nearby buildings that already uses the same color scheme, because the main thing that I was worried about the entire time was the building that I'm creating not really fitting in, which it kind of doesn't already because the houses around it are basically fenced in houses. Um, but it ended up working out. Um, as far as the inside for the floor plan, I'm literally just going off of memory because this is the actual like apartment that I've been in before, I do struggle and I do delete the wall in the kitchen. This is a wall for the doorway. I delete that, the odd shaped one right there. I delete that like 5 times and try again. And then it just gets worse once I put the counters in, which you're going to see because I keep on doing the same thing over and over again, as well as a few bugs that I did encounter during building, which I'll highlight with the mouse and focus on them for a few moments. We'll see that as well. All the bugs that I saw, the items that were placed and didn't disappear, those have since been deleted with the restart of the game. Um, so they didn't stay or anything, but I'm glad that that fixed itself. And here goes one of the bugs that I mentioned. You're about to see how I tried to delete the wall. I could not select the window that was placed there at all. I do just keep on going and I ignore it. Later on, you'll see the same thing happened with the couch. That kind of stayed red in the middle of the street. Both of those are gone, and I'll put a video of the entire finished thing at the end of this video because I did end up adding more, and I'm probably going to add even more after that. But the way that it's gonna appear at the end of this initial video, that's not how I left the entire build at all. And right at this moment is when I just couldn't leave things alone. I end up moving the wall, deleting it, then it started clipping, and then the wall wasn't connecting, and then I deleted it, redid it. So the idea that I had in my head is that I wanted the refrigerator to be a lot closer to the door. And I thought that that was a double door. I think they're called like French doors, but it's actually not. At least it doesn't function that way in the game, but it serves a purpose for what it looks like. But I wanted the refrigerator to be closer to the door, kind of making the kitchen even smaller, like super compact. But as you can see, that didn't work, and I was like raging the whole entire time trying to get it to work, and it still was not working. Then the counter started to come through the wall. Then that was like triggering my OCD. Since I touched that wall, that messed up the angle of the wall, which I see now. So now I'm trying to correct it and it wouldn't go straight. So I think I ended up just like putting it back the way that I originally had it. Because I would rather the just watching it back now, it's like it's funny to watch because I'm just you'll see it. But I just rather that the counters be aligned with the wall straight, than the doorway and all of that to be the way that I wanted it to be. Um, it's just honestly like really stupid in real life. Like it's just a terrible design, in my opinion. Like I like how compact it is, but it's just terrible to try to replicate in a game. But I ended up making it work and adding enough distractions that the issue with the wall wasn't too noticeable. And please let this be my disclosure to the the viewers of my channel that I'm nowhere near a pro builder. I actually suck at building. Um, I get to a point where I do the bare minimum and then I want to be done with it already, which definitely happened because I started building this in like the evening, of yesterday before the video gets uploaded, and then I ended up continuing it or finishing it the like after I had recorded everything, so that's why I had to go back and add different videos. As far as clutter, I don't have a clue what to put where. I just try to think about like real life people's kitchens that I've seen. Sometimes not everything has like a specific spot, so I just try to keep that in mind. But that this ended up being the outcome. There was a few times where I did pause the game to like make sure things were working because it is really compact, so I wanted to make sure that the parrot could actually get through certain spots that I left open. But everything ended up working out, which you'll see later on. Right here is when I noticed another additional bug, which was that chair that's sticking through the wall. Um, I did also end up trying to color the ceilings, which I do eventually stick with. I have no clue right now at this point in time if there's a way to color the roof without coloring the ceiling. I did notice that painting the top, like painting the outside for the roof, does end up changing the ceiling. I don't know if there's like a different option for the two or not. So this is the last section of the video. This is when I did come back in later and change a few things, mainly being the hallways. I did also add furniture to the ends of the hallways, welcome mats, just something to kind of fill in the blank space because that kind of bothered me. And I put planks on the door too, just to kind of add a little bit more character because it looked really boring. Um, Part of me didn't really care to add anything because I had already did what I needed to. But I put a fence around the rest of it and then added pavement going around the backside. There is one little tree there, and then I finished the rest of the balconies on the rest and added the flowers to the front. But that's pretty much it. I am gonna try to put a few pictures in there to kind of show it in like first person.